Good morning. Welcome or welcome back. Today is a really crummy, rainy February day in Tennessee, so it's a great day to make and eat soup. Today I've got a new recipe for cream of potato and mushroom soup. It's new to me, it's an experiment, so if you're watching this, it must have worked. As usual, I'll walk you through the steps and then I'll put the entire recipe in the description below. So I hope you'll stay with me. This is another recipe from my friend Zach outside of Charleston, South Carolina. I don't know where he got the recipe and I don't know how he's modified it. So we're going to more or less do his version. His recipe called for a combination of cremini and oyster mushrooms. I hope I'm saying cremini right. Well, I live in a small town outside of Nashville and my mushroom selection is limited. So my grocery store had a gourmet blend of baby bellas, shiitakes, oysters, and that's what we're using. The first step is going to be to bake 2 potatoes. And normally we do that in the microwave. Today I really like potato skins, so today I'm going to bake these in the oven. I've got time and I think you get a better skin. After that I'm going to work on 2 fronts. I'm going to have milk, cream, and potatoes going over here while I saute mushrooms, onions, celery, and garlic over here, and then I'll combine everything at the end. So let me get everything prepped and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, I've got a last minute change, so I'm going off script, but I think it'll be a good one. I've got my baked potatoes about to go in the oven. I was going to use the normal cooking oil, but I remembered duck fat. The same guy that gave me this recipe gave me a can of this for Christmas, and I've used it on smoked chicken and really liked the result. It just gives food a little bit kind of richer taste, so I think it'll be really good on potato skins. This is duck fat made by Cornhusker Chicken. I don't know where he got it. I assume you can get it online, but it's good stuff and we'll see what happens. I've got everything prepped and now it's time to put it all together. In my soup pot, as the recipe calls it, I call it a Dutch oven, I'm going to add my potatoes, a cup of cream, a cup of milk, and 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to warm all this up, and when it's warm I'm going to mash the potatoes. While it is warming up, I'm going to saute my mushrooms and onions and celery and all that. So let me get this going. I'll switch pans and be right back. The recipe calls for adding the mushrooms and the onions together for sauteing. If you've seen my earlier videos, you know that I like to saute my onions a little longer than the recipes call for, so that's why I've started them first. I've got 20 ounces of mushrooms. That's the most mushrooms that I've ever sauteed at one time, so this is going to be interesting. I also watched the previous segment of this and saw the autofocus doing its thing, and I apologize, I'm still working on that. I think the steam that comes off hot food messes up the autofocus, so I'm aware of it and working on it. But let me get all these sauteed. I'm going to do onions, I'm about to add my mushrooms, then I'll put in my garlic for about 2 minutes, and then last I'll do my celery. The recipe says you want to do the celery last so that it's a little bit crunchy. So let me get all that done and I'll be back. Everything's sauteed, and now it's time to put this back into the Dutch oven with the cream and the milk and the potatoes. At that point I'm going to bring it to a quick boil, turn it down, and let it simmer for 30 minutes. So let me get all that done and then we'll do a taste testing. This is a lot of food. I didn't realize how big a batch this is going to make. I don't know if you can see how big that skillet is, but it's a large cast iron skillet, and this is a 12-inch Dutch oven that I'm putting everything in. So plan accordingly if you make this dish. But I'll be back. Here's the final product and the taste test. It smells wonderful. It reminds me that how amazing it is that there are some people out there that don't like mushrooms. I love them. You can garnish this any way you like. I'm going to add a little black pepper and a little bit of parsley. You know, bacon would be really good. I just hate to fry 2 or 3 pieces of bacon and that's it. So let me see what we've got here. This is dinner tonight, so I'm just getting a small bowl to taste it. Better get 2. It's good. It's really good. And it's perfect for a day like this. You know, just rainy, cool, winter's day. I will definitely do this again. If you have any suggestions on this video or changes that you think would improve this recipe, please let me know. It's really, really helpful to have comments on these YouTube videos, you know, both for the algorithm and both for my development in the channel. So if you made it this far, thank you very, very much. You're a valuable viewer to me. So take care, and I'll see you in about a week or 2.